everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. We could be in for some serious offense today. The Texans are top 10 in total yards, and they go up against the Steelers, who will have to try and slow them down. With that, let's get out to NRG Stadium in Houston. On the call, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Larry, they broke ground on this place in the year 2000, opened it in August of 2002, and it's been the home of this franchise ever since. Welcome to NRG Stadium in Houston. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Houston Texans. So now this offense will take over, and they will have the football at their own 20-yard line.
Here we go.
Now a play fake here on first down. And his first look is incomplete. C.J. Fedorowicz, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. So the incomplete pass brings up second down.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
Now Romo. He's got it complete to Braxton Miller. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49.
I know that in recent years, it's been tough on Tony Romo. A lot of injuries have piled up, but he's still able to sling it, Brandon. Look at that throw.
Yeah, he can. By the way, you know his given name on his birth certificate?
Hit me.
Antonio Ramiro Romo.
That flows
He's got a good ring, so I'm going to start calling him Antonio.
The lyrical one.
A huge play there for Houston. 40 yards on the ground.
All right, I've got to be careful here. All right, he's on the plus side of 30. There may be a little gray in the beard, but that's not slowing down his speed as far as he's concerned.
What he's saying, I'm on the plus side of 30.
Well, if you're on the plus side of 30, you all know what I'm on the plus side of. All I know is that run right there, let us know there's still some life in those legs.
Absolutely, still got a lot of life left in those legs. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Texans have taken the early lead. And in the red zone, I guess this is why. After a good punt, this offense will start with tough field position inside the 10. And now out comes Houston. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Here's Romo. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Back to throw. Romo. This one complete. It's C.J. Fedorowicz. They give him 15 more, and it's another first down.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Here we go. White 18. White 18.
The play clock's running down. And they just did not get the snap away in time.
Delayed game, offense. Still first down.
The penalty on first down backs him up 5. It's now first down at 15. They isolate Hopkins on the left side.
Let's go now. Black 35. Black
35. Again, Romo. Rush coming, and he's taken down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or...
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running...
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the So a 1st and 10 coming up for the offense here in the second quarter. Let's see what this defense can do. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Ben to throw again. James has got it. Complete. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. We heard them talk before the game about utilizing the intermediate passing game this week. It works for them there. They move the chains.
And we saw them work on it in practice as well, and most teams take a period at a time to work on different things. They put a couple of periods of work into the intermediate passing game, and now we know exactly why. They got the look that they were seeking, and they were able to take advantage of it.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line.
That was a nice completion on an out route, and those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It'll go as a gain of 10 there. And that'll be good for a Pittsburgh first. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does, where a quarterback has to slide and find open space to throw.
Now Roethlisberger. He's got time, and he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So 3rd and 15, and an extra defensive back in the game now.
Flooding the passing lanes.
Here's Roethlisberger. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Illegal forward pass. Offense.
So how about that one, Charles? We haven't seen that in a while, the illegal forward pass.
The quarterbacks get so much leeway on this play that you're right, Brandon. It is very rare that we see the call come out for a legal forward pass.
And Bullock will put this one through. And high fives for that one as that drive in. So we're in the third quarter. We'll see how this defense handles the upcoming drive as the offense takes over with a 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Now Gillisley. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. 2 yards gets them back to where they started, but now 3rd and 10. So this is the second consecutive week, as you look at the numbers, that he just doesn't seem to have the same pop as we normally see him with.
Is there an injury we don't know about?
That's what I'm wondering.
Because that's a legitimate question right now. We're used to speed, power, all coming together. And what I've always loved about him is his vision. You know, last week he didn't have that as well. Always thought he was picking the wrong hole to try and run through. And his blockers, they seem to be getting him to the right place, but he picked the wrong spot. We're seeing some of that again this week. Can they snap it together? Can they get back in sync? Because normally we see them go together very, very well.
Here's Gillisley. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
But it was stopped on that play. We've had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to them the rest of the game.
They stay on the ground. This is Gillisley again. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know, the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive linemen, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a 1st down.
And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. Tackle made that time by Kevin Johnson.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. Catch made right side by Wilson. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
And this is caught. It's Bryant, and it's a Steeler touchdown. Perhaps one more stop could do it for this defense. They'll head out here with a 2-score lead in tow in this 4th quarter. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Out to the right here to Wilson. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Marquise. A big possession coming up here. This defense, they've been tested all game long. Now they'll look to protect this slim fourth-quarter lead. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. Finding time. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jonathan Joseph. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him.
Fourth quarter action, beginning of the drive. Time to see how this defense does here. Back to throw. He's got time in the pocket. Caught. It's Wilson. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
They'll look to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, they got his man complete. A big third down conversion with a gain of 28. And the spike comes here, and that stops the clock at 25 seconds. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. And now down to 14 as he spikes it to stop the clock. Will the defense dial up the pressure? Let's see. 3rd and 11. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Here we go. It's Roethlisberger on 4th down. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. And they're not able to... A lot of scoring. of the game, first quarter. Let's see how this defense does on this drive. Now a carry here for Terrence West. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
On second down, Flacco to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he showed some fancy footwork on the juke, but then quickly taken down. It's a 4-yard pickup, and all of a sudden here, it's third down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Flacco to throw here on third down, and that's complete to Huff. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Now, that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. First quarter, we get you back to the action to see how this defense can do on this upcoming drive. They'll run it with West. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They'll run again here with West. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Calling a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Here's West, and he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
And the defensive line controls the offensive front the way we just saw there. It doesn't allow any of the offensive linemen to leak downfield and get to the linebackers and block them on the second level. You end up with the type of play we just saw. Linebackers didn't have to fight anyone off, didn't have to knock anyone to the side, didn't have to elude anyone trying to block them. They just saw the play, ran to the ball, and finished things off.
And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker. I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down. Josh
Huff, the intended target. That'll bring up second down. 10 yards still left on second down. This is West. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. 3rd down. Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. Got a man right side. It's Sharp. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5.
The goal of every offense is to move the chains, pick up first downs. A nice job finding an open receiver for a completion.
Now West. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not going to have much success against him and his team.
Oh, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not, because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him off? He's a really sharp, intelligent player, as well as a physical specimen.
3rd and goal, Flacco. And this is going to be incomplete.
Illegal forward pass. Offense.
So the flag is for the very rare illegal forward pass penalty.
Not often that a quarterback forgets where the line of scrimmage is. They have an innate sense about it. On this play, the quarterback did.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the Ravens strike first at 3-0. Early on in the game, first quarter. Let's see how this defense does on this drive. And they'll run it here. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive slip. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Second quarter now. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football, and they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. And let's see 6 defensive backs out there. They're in the dime here on 3rd and goal. To pass, Flacco. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Crockett Gilmore is... See what this defense can do. Second quarter as the offense starts out 1st and 10. They come out here in the eye. They begin here with a run by West. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Second down, Flacco now. He hits West underneath. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
Holding. Offense.
So oftentimes you see defensive holding. Here it's offensive holding for the flag. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. And now here's a carry heading left. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long. So second down was a run play. Now let's see what they do on third.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game. Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. And now a high kick trying to pin him back. This is fielded at the 27. A nice job on the return there. 16 yards. And the Texans take possession. So first and 10 coming up for the offense here in the second quarter. Let's see what this defense can do. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. And Too Tall Jones in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Texans... Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And this time they go underneath for a simple pitch and catch.
And not only do you get the pitch and catch, Brandon, but you're able to keep the receiver moving when you hit him with the drag route.
A good pickup there, a 22.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Their dangerous wide receiver. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Texans have taken the lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there?
Time now to see what this defense can do. Second quarter as the offense starts out 1st and 10. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Back now, As I search for my cue card here, there we go. Coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will join us from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis from our first half of play.
Well read.
Thank you. Give him 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Still in search of the 1st down after that last completion. Defense thinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6. Flacco looks to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. Taken from just outside the 30. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So a 1st and 10 coming up for the offense here in the 2nd quarter. Let's see what this defense can do. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They look to throw on 1st and 10 with Flacco. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
First and 10, and Flacco looking to throw. Surveying the field. Caught. It's Huff. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On 2nd down, Flacco to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Setting up to throw, Flacco. He was looking for his tight end, Crockett Gilmore, there. And it's 4th down. A 3rd down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
So a good kick there, and they wrap up the drive. Drive, 3rd quarter, and we'll see how this defense comes out of the locker room. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is...
He's got it at the 15. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 62 yards. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here.
It's bad enough watching all the highlight reels, watching guys in warm-ups, going up and making these incredible one-handed acrobatic catches. But when it happens right in front of you, when you're defending him, that just makes your day that much longer, and you just wonder, how are we ever going to cover these guys?
We've become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division, every year, is trying to make sure they draft people charged with trying to block J.J. Watt. So far, hasn't been too successful. On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. second down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Max. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Just beating the play clock. Romo. He's got time. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Eli Harold in there to get him for a loss of a yard, and it'll bring up third down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work. And they pick up a first down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a fullback playing in that spot.
Well, times have changed, right? The old school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college. With all the spread offenses, not very many pro style, where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate it but aren't necessarily that position.
Second down now after the pass completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They were trying to go to Marshall that time, and now it's 4th down. Here's Jacob Shum now, standing right around the midfield stripe. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say. Drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. And here comes the Texans now. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up. But you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over.
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance, because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. Wow, now we've got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
Miller on the catch over the middle. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Over the middle, and it's caught. Brandon Marshall. And he's brought down. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Let's go now.
Now Tony Romo on first down. Caught left side, Hopkins. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down.
Ready. Left 35.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Romo rolling to his right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And oh, not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you've got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards the receiver, and have a chance to bat the ball away as they did there. We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And Gostkowski's kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. Now the offense back out onto the field as they'll take over here in the final minute of this third quarter. They'll try to get the running game going with Ryan Matthews. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Back now in Baltimore. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. Now a first down throw. Romo going deep this time for Miller. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Romo now to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. They isolate Hopkins on the left side. Back to the air they go. Romo on second down. Finding time. And now for the third time, Romo intercepted. Picked off by Lardarius Webb. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7. Drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground? And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Timmy Jernigan able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard. And for the defense, their 3rd sack of the game.
That number tells you that they're starting to put it together with their defensive game plan. They're starting to feel
under pressure, and they got to him again. Timmy Jernigan in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. And the defense will try and pin their ears back and get pressure again here after the sack. It's 3rd down.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
Trying to lay one up deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Marshall, the intended receiver, and that brings up 4th down. Here's Jacob Shum now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. On 1st and 10, Romo. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. 2nd down now after the incompletion. They isolate Hopkins on the left side. 2nd and 10. Romo once more. And Miller with it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And now a first down following that long gain. Romo here on first down. He's going to let this one go deep. He's got it at the 15. And he goes out of bounds inside the 10 at the 9.
Holding offense.
So there you go, holding by the offense, and that'll push him back.
Changes everything now as you try and figure out what your playbook has for you. Longer yardage situations, tougher to execute and pick up first downs.
Now Romo. It's complete to Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins, he's all alone. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here.
While an incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play, for the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground and didn't go in the other direction.
Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
He'll look to throw, and he hits on the slant route to Marshall. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll look to throw. And this is complete. It's Marshall. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up first and goal. Back to throw. He's got, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
On any first and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure, which they did on this play. Got him down for a loss. Not a big one, but any loss of yardage in this position is tough for an offense.
He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow. Wow. So how many practices have we watched over time where the offense works on scoring late?
The point after try for Gostkowski. And that will make this a 4-point game. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And Charles, this is one of those inexcusable special teams penalties, an out-of-bounds kickoff.
Pressure, pressure, pressure. Sometimes errors occur because of situations.
He's back to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. Back to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in.
And now the Texans want to call another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And the offense looks to pick up the first here on third after that incompletion. Flacco to throw. surveying the field. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go. 4th down, 4th quarter. Flacco. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses that are going to force the issue early.
And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And they'll indeed take a knee. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Made his first. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football.
Partner, I think they saw something there. I mean, they came from the right side deliberately, and you know there's always a designated guy who goes and blocks it, but it's the rest of his teammates that get him free.
Setting to throw, Flacco. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or 2 in and bats it away.
Flacco. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Down to a knee is Romo, and that should be all she wrote. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Texans, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And they'll return home next week to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Baltimore, so long, everybody.
everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is...
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Now a first down throw. Romo setting up the screen for Miller. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away. Throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays. And they don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great...
That's caught inside the 20.
Holding offense.
So a little grabbing there, but this time it goes against the offense for holding. On second down, here's Miller. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
He's got time. Now Romo hit, and he loses the football. He had it jarred out, but fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
Well, that was a big oops, right?
After a good punt, this offense will start with tough field position inside the 10. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time with just punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. You took the words right out of my mouth.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
And that's complete to Marshall on the crossing route. It'll go as a gain of 12. And the Texans are going to have a first.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Again, they were targeting Marshall there, and now it's second down. Second down here after the incomplete pass.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me. One of the things that I observed when Dante Fowler was coming out in the NFL draft, how hard he played the game. Every time I turned on a tape, he was either rushing the passer, making a play, or making a play in space against a ball downfield, or hustling from one sideline to the other. How about that play right there? Making a nice tackle, holding it to a short gain. And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on...
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Braxton Miller, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Texans have taken the early. And we drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. And now out comes Houston. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up a third down.
That was not a completion that results in a highlight video. But at the same time, if you have those kind of completions all game long, eventually one of them might turn into a highlight.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on third down. Now Romo. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 35. That one goes for 36 yards.
That has to be frustrating for defenders. Third down, they take a shot way downfield. There is good coverage, yet they still come down with the football and pick up a big gain.
Romo here on first down. Caught left side, Hopkins. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains. And really, it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
And this is caught at the 8. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. To the air again, Romo. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Yannick Ngakoue, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, this defensive unit certainly picked a great time to make a stand. Back-to-back sacks, starting with 1st and goal.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Their big-bodied receiver. Now, following the interception, this offense will get another shot at it as they'll quickly head back onto the field. And now out comes Houston. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
On 2nd and 10, Romo. And Miller with it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He got 29 yards that time. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this, or he keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays.
Now Romo hit, and he loses the football. He had it jarred out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball. Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to
try to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover. Drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
And that is incomplete. They were trying to get the connection with a former Buckeye, Braxton Miller. And 4th down coming up. Here's Jacob Shum now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at about the 14. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Jaguars go on offense first. With a little over 2 minutes to play in the second quarter, the offense gets ready to take over. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. Romo, they're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before that. Over the middle, and it's caught. Brandon Marshall. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play there on the catch and run. And it'll give him a fresh set of downs. And quickly, they get to the line. Now a first down throw. Romo. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Again, they were targeting Marshall there, and that'll bring up second down.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Right side, caught Fedorowicz. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's third down now.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
He's going to air one out. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans will add on to their lead. And we drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. And here comes the Texans now. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead. But
now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. Here's Romo now on second down. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
Third and long here. It's Romo. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. Here's Jacob Shum now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone.
But no second guessing the call here. It was third and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And possession. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. Now Tony Romo on first down. And that's complete to the right side. It's Marshall. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards through the air and a first down. Let's discuss now this performance as it relates to the last one. You know, a week ago, and we saw it. Some pinpoint accuracy. He's displaying that again.
That was a fun film session for us, wasn't it? Able to kick back and watch him work. And what we saw was a confident leader, a guy in control, making excellent throws at times. And he's brought that with him in this ball game as well. And I'm starting to think that he's starting to feel like, yeah, I've got this thing down pat. And I think the team will come along with him.
Here we go, here we go.
They go play action here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
Here's a give to Miller. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have to contend with a 3rd and 13. Third down now following the run.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway.
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guy... So now this offense will take over, and they will have the football at their own 20-yard line. And now out comes Houston. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot.
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, an 80-yard touchdown, and the Texans will extend their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. And now out comes Houston. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're...
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside. In the fourth quarter. Romo here on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish. The strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. C.J. Fedorowicz with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Texans will add on to their lead. They had the lead in the fourth, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join it.
Chip. This offense will head back out there. They're in excellent field position after the fumble recovery. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They come out 5 wide. 3 of them to the right side. Here's the backup, Jacoby Brissett. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a first and goal. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, They feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. A second down throw for Brissett. Stoop in trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And the D has an extra defensive back here on a very important third down.
Definite pass here.
He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points. Incomplete. Now Gostkowski will come on to try a field goal. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and that will extend their lead even further. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams.
You've made it all the way to the wild card round. Remember, the playoffs are single elimination.